Yep. It's 5 o'clock on February 12th. This is the meeting of the Public Works Committee, and I would like to call ahead and call the meeting to order. Item 2.0 is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Modero, second by Mr. Jordan. Any discussion? With none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved. Item 3.0 is the review and approval of the meeting minutes from the last meeting. That was January 8th, 2026. Is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes?
Sure. Yes.
Moved by Mr. Jogers, second by
Second.
Mr. Modero. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved. 4.0 is the approval of the claims of $82,898.30. It's the pleasure of the committee.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims.
I have a motion to approve the claims. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Modero. Any discussion?
I do have a question.
Go for it.
I saw that we paid Sir Parks a lot for your new facility.
Yes.
And we also paid the animal
Yes,
hospital.
because the animals are still, it's gonna be probably 2 payments for a few months, because they're still over there too.
You don't have a grading.
Right, we don't have the kennels, so.
Kennel shop. Thank you.
Except the puppies, now the puppies are at the new building.
Thank you.
Yes.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving the claims, say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved. 5.0 is public comment. I don't see anyone here tonight. Let's start with the department reports, animal control.
Okay. So we started taking in the cats again. We had 21 intakes, 6 were surrenders, 4 were city transfers, 3 were county strays, and 8, we had 2 separate owners passing away. 1 had 6 cats. Outcomes, we had 10 transferred to rescue, 2 are adopted, 1 was reclaimed, and we have 8 adoptables. Dogs, we only took 6 in, 1 surrender, 3 county, 2 cities, 3 are adoptable, 1 was rescued. The 2 that are on stray full time, they actually were county dogs that the owners opt to sign them over. And I believe both of them will be going to Friends Forever either Friday or next week. They were, one was a border collie, one was a border collie mix. Know anybody that is fluent in Spanish? The one loves when you talk to her in Spanish because her whole family was. And they tested out at the college and she just lit up when somebody started talking to her in her language she actually knows. So hopefully somebody that knows can maybe take her because I think that would be ideal for her. Current inventory as of this report was 10 adoptable cats, 2 pregnant. Those 2 actually have been transferred to a rescue already. 10 adoptable dogs, our 2 Jessica Jones court case dogs. Her court date has now been pre-trial set for 3/4. So we've had these dogs since 7/17 of 24. Andrew Crisis 6 running at large tickets are on for 122. He was supposed to be getting an attorney, a different attorney. Other things, Ben and Jerry, who are 2 of our longest residents, were adopted together. They're doing wonderful. Facebook and Pet Finders is all current on all our adoptable cats and dogs. And I try, like, if it's one that we've had for a while, I always share them when I add new because they get lost in the shuffle. I also enrolled in an online shelter training and enrichment, and that's also in your packet, kind of the outline of the program. And then I put in the breakdown of the donations from 25, 26 in the GoFundMe. The GoFundMe all will technically be in the 26 because we haven't withdrawn any. So it will go in for the 26 once we start withdrawing. I do have, I think, two more $250 checks that came in, and then Myers Training in outside of Lena, he's gonna donate 5,000 for kennels. So we should be getting that next week, I believe. We talked quite a bit. I was reached out to, is it Freeport Pod?
Free pod.
Free Pod, and they're gonna do an interview with me on Wednesday of next week about the new building. They just reached out to me today, actually. One of the news station reached out, but they never, after we talked to liability, they've never reached back out. So at least that one's local, so hopefully that will get us more public. Otherwise, that's it for that. Plans were just the 2 rents. And then the updated intake is updated with New Hope on it. I got that Tuesday, I think it was, for their January. January and December are usually the slow months. It picks back up on February for intakes. That's all I really have. Any questions, concerns?
How long is that course supposed to run?
The course is actually open for a year for me.
Oh, okay.
It's basically go on your own. So it's the first steps. I just started it last week. The first steps, basically working one of your own dogs through some steps, and then you pick like a shelter dog to do it. And then there's cat enrichments and different things. I've always wanted to do it. This building will allow me to do it on like breaks and stuff. I can go and start working with the animals and make them more adoptable, because they'll have some basic stuff done to them. Plus the enrichment part, I've done a lot of research on that, and that makes the animals so they're not so stressed, so they're not like pacing in their cage, and so they show better for the people. And when I talked to Nick, the dog trainer, we talked about, and I agree with this, I've seen it in several shelters where you don't even allow the adopters to go back into the kennel area. You kind of screen them and find the animals and bring the animals out that you think would be best fit for their family, because then they're not seeing them. The dogs don't show well in kennels usually. They're barking, carrying on, because there's people. There's people. So this way you actually pick up animals and bring them out and show them. And then if they still want to go back, then obviously you take them back. But this kind of helps. Cats are a little different, but the dogs, they're idiots. They honestly are. When people come in, it's no different than when I get home. My dogs are idiots because they know I get home, they eat, and then we go play. So it's the same. So that program's in a kind of, and actually the program says, we'll see, I'll believe it, that they have a program where it actually teaches the dogs to be quiet in their cage when people come in. So if that's true, it's well worth my money spent.
That was my question. You're paying for this out of your pocket?
Yeah, I paid for it, yeah.
There is no room in your budget?
Man, it's not a big deal.
Is it expensive for you?
It was like 200, I think.
You obviously don't feel like it's a burden.
No.
Financially for you.
It was actually on sale. And I think it's like a $400 program.
Oh.
So I'm like, yep, buy now. And you got a year to do it.
To finish it.
Yeah, and you got a year that this program is open that you can go back and look at it, and which I'm like, oh, it'd be nice if it was open all the time, because I mean we're not gonna be in the building right away. And then I'm like, should I have bought it? And I'm like, I can take notes. It's fine. And they actually give you printouts, and you actually take a test after each thing. So you get printouts so you can use it later on. But it's only open for the year.
Well, I thank you for taking that.
Absolutely.
I think it looks like it's going to be.
Yeah. And so far, I mean, I've only done a few steps, and I've been training dogs since I was 12. So it's pretty interesting that I'm learning new things already that I'm like, that's interesting. I didn't think of it that way.
Good.
Any other questions?
You mean to say January 22nd, or did you mean to say February 22nd on that? Andrew Price? Was it last month or is it this? Was that what
It's
Not a big deal,
been,
not a big deal. But
it's been
just-
postponed so many
just
times
caught
that,
my attention there.
yeah, I agree.
It's not a big thing.
Probably when I did this report, it was.
You're probably after it, or is it upcoming?
They both get so continued that. Oh, that was, now it's 2/27
Okay.
is the new court date.
Jeremy,
Do you have certificate of occupancy for the new building?
Who would I get that through?
There's an email I sent you back in January that the city of Freeport building inspector needs to go through that building and the fire marshal before you can occupy it in any way.
Okay,
So if you have animals in there, you need to get them out.
okay, can do that.
If you want me to resend the email to you, I
Yes,
will.
please.
Have you applied for the special use permit for the outside fence?
It was put up before we got there though.
You're putting something up outside, aren't you?
Well, eventually, but not for a while.
It's about a 90-day process to get the special
Okay.
use permit from the city of Freeport. That was also an email I sent you, but I will resend them out.
Okay, thank you.
I think also the inspector from the Department of Ag is also needing to go through the building.
Yes. He said we can have animals there though.
So have you asked him to come and do the inspection?
He says he will do it once we get the kennels in. He's been out there, yes. He's seen inside the building. He was out, yeah. He was out shortly after Georgia and I talked about it. He was in the area doing something and I said, hey, he came out to talk to me. He's like, I'm like, do you have time to go through it and see if you think, the only thing he recommended was like a mop sink type thing to dump the shop vac that we're using for the kennels into that. So they're already measured and they have one on order. So, no, he thinks the building's perfect. Way much of an upgrade than.
What ventilation is also a criteria is how.
We
you
have,
ventilate it.
there's actually fans, exhaust fans in there, so that one's fine. And both the dog room, cat room, and the grooming area. That was something they added.
So the registration receipts are down $3,000 from our monthly goal. We
Yes.
were down in December as well,
Yes.
so you blame that just on the season.
December and January always seems to be the slow months for some, I know like December is probably because of Christmas. But January is usually slow and then it picks up. I sent, I think 200 notices out last week. So, and like the notices I know are getting to people because they're coming in or they're paying online. So they're definitely getting there. Because I always write on the notices, like if I'm doing, like, let's say Lena doesn't give our tags out and I get all their rabies certificates on Friday, I send a notice usually on Tuesday because I give them a little time, they just got it done. And then I write on the date that I sent the notice and I've noticed that the mail's actually getting there and they're actually doing it almost right away when they get it. So even though Lena does give them a sheet that says how you can pay, sometimes they just think that, well, they catch it. But I don't think they realize they still email us their certificates. So same way with TLC.
The 6 dogs that you brought in, were they registered?
The county dogs?
Yeah. You had six intake, right?
We
1
had
surrender, 3 county strays, 2 cities.
so none of those, well, the surrender, I'm trying to think what the surrender was. The 3 county dogs, the 2 of them that were signed over, actually one was from Wisconsin. He crossed the state line. And he was signed over to us. If they get reclaimed, we make sure they're current. So none of those dogs got reclaimed that we took in. So if they get reclaimed, they have to pay the pickup fee, they have to pay rabies and registration if they're not current.
So would that show on this revenue sheet as a pickup? Is that where you would list
If,
that?
yes, if we had pickup, yes,
So,
but we didn't have anybody reclaim.
yeah, we
there's-
didn't have in December either.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and that's the problem, you don't know, pickups are hard, because we can go months with all these strays coming in, like starting spring, March, we get all, it starts opening up again and dogs are running, and then we have nobody reclaim any of them.
so these dogs, you took them straight to the Freeport Animal Hospital for the
Yes.
rabies shot? And
The county ones that I picked up, no, the 6 that we took in, they're housed at the animal hospital, but the vaccinations get done at the college if we do anything. But if they're like adopted or reclaimed, then they have to have their rabies shot and they have to be registered.
so I'm confused.
I'm
If they-
confused too.
If they came in,
The intake means so one was surrendered over. I can't remember which dog that was. 3 were picked up as county strays. One was the border collie, the other one was the border collie mix. Those dogs weren't reclaimed. So there's no registration for those dogs until they get adopted. But more than likely, they're gonna transfer to Friends Forever. So we'll eventually see it if they're adopted in our county, we'll get that registration. But right now, they're our property still, so. And then the 2 city dogs, I'm assuming they're probably 2 up for adoption.
why did the city bring us dogs?
Because if we didn't take them, they were gonna be put down. So we they're full, we have a little bit more room. But that's gonna change with the new building, we're gonna have to have an agreement, a contract with them.
Yes. The bank account, Fund 16,
Mhm.
we haven't been getting an update on that for the last couple months.
Okay.
I can tell you that the fund balance is around $21,000. Unfortunately, that balance contains all the donation money as well, so it's being
Correct.
blended with our regular operational money.
Right.
Which is something I was hoping to always avoid, but the only way to do it differently is with having the treasurer set up a separate bank account.
Right.
So we're trying to avoid that. But if we take the donation money back out, which you claim is $11,900.
That
we're
is
down
not,
to
but
9,500.
I'm gonna stop you for a minute.
Okay.
The GoFundMe technically is not in there.
Okay,
The GoFundMe hasn't been withdrawn, so that's not in that bank account.
it's still in the GoFundMe.
Yes, so that one hasn't been. But yes, the rest would be.
Which leads me to another thing, is I've asked for the donation report to be itemized. It was on our meeting minutes we just approved, that I asked for it last month. The sheet that I have, the last time I have an updated detailed donation was from the 19th of November.
How do you
Unless
want it,
someone from
like,
the committee has seen something other than I have,
how do you want it breakdown itemized?
just like what you were doing.
Okay.
And then you stop. Last thing I'm gonna bring up is our website. I've asked again and again and again to keep that donation page going, and it's not on there. I've just looked again today, and our fundraiser page has got information on there from back in October with the Lena Brewing Company. Anyone else have any other questions? No? Okay, thank you. Before we move on to highway, I'm gonna pull a request to enter into an executive session. I'm gonna state 5 ILCS 122C, which is the employment matters the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees. So with that, I would like to make a motion to go into executive session. I will need a second and a hold on.
So we'll second.
I have a second from Mr. Newton. Is there any discussion about it? Seeing none, all those in favor, say aye.
Roll
A
call.
roll call. Sorry, Mr. Newton,
Aye.
Mr. Jovers, or Mr. Monroe, sorry.
Aye.
Mr. Jovers.
Aye.
And Ms. Williams.
Aye.
Thank you.